Hello again, everyone. I'm Charles Gross,
And I'm Leslie Hoban Blake. Welcome to Two on the Aisle.
and it's our new season, and we are bringing you joy. Not necessarily Joy, the musical Joy, based on the life of Joy Mangano, who is a very popular QVC salesperson. She invents all this stuff, primarily the Miracle Mop, I guess is what she's best known for. She's had a biography out, she's had a movie made of her, and now there is Joy the musical. And will it bring us joy?
And I have only one question. I
Mhm.
have only one question, and that is
Yes.
why?
Why?
Why do we have a musical about a lady who invented a mop, other than to sit on the aisle in the theater and win a mop, which happened to my friend who was with me? That's my question. If you can answer that.
Well, autobiographical musicals can be popular. I mean, Hamilton just celebrated its 10th year. Now,
Excuse me. That was about Hamilton. This is a musical about Joy Mangano who invented a mop. And we get QVC on stage. I'm really sorry, Charlie. I just have no patience with this at all. We're not allowed to leave, or I would have left. Honest to God, I have no idea. This woman has gotten to become a multimillionaire. I bought dozens and dozens and dozens of her hangers. I don't own a mop. I saw people who won a mop not figuring out how the mop works because they don't know what a mop is. They're like 25 years old and they've never seen a mop. This is not penicillin. It's not X-rays. It's not the atom bomb. It's a friggin' mop.
okay,
It's like a
but
joke.
this is a woman who was an inventor, wanted to invent. She's holding a menial job. She's living in her home with her ex-husband, her divorced
Mm-hmm.
parents, none of whom work,
Mm-hmm.
and her teenage daughter. All of a sudden, she loses the job. She's working for TWA, by the way, which gives you an idea of when this takes place. TWA, the
All
air.
right.
And she's always wanted to invent, so she decides to invent. And she invents what she calls the Miracle Mop. This is a mop that can self-wring, which I've seen mops that can self-wring, but they were sponge mops, so maybe that's the unique thing about it. And you can take it off and throw it in the washer, and it's a flop. She tries to sell it to chains. She tries to sell it to local stores. She tries to sell it at fairs. And then she sells it to QVC and she bombs on QVC. And then she goes on QVC herself and it's a hit. Now, I will say that this can seem like a vanity production at times, but I think it's just too good for that. I I like the character of Joy. I love Betsy Wolfe. Betsy Wolfe, aside from being a
Yeah. Oh,
dramatic, gorgeous woman, is
without question, she's
really a
wonderful.
strong performer. She has to be because she basically Joy dominates this musical. I mean, Joy's got pretty much all the numbers, and if she's not doing a solo, it's a duet that she's doing with somebody else for the most part. And
No,
while
no, 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 no. The QVC boys have numbers that
okay,
she's
yes,
not part of,
the
and
Cuban
they're wonderful.
they're wonderful, but they're
I
not
love
very
the QVC
interesting
boys.
characters. They're this typical, we're the big corporate, yeah, 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 and we want to make money. Okay. Do they do it well? Sure, why not? Are they interesting characters? No. The characters that she lives with, her family, they are well drawn, but they're not expanded upon. So it's joy, joy, joy. And I think if we had expanded, if the rather the creators, and that would be Ken Davenport who did the book and Anna Marie Milazzo who did the score, had expanded on some of her relatives so that they were more than just supporting so that characters so that they had their we could see more of their own stories. I think this would have been a much more interesting musical.
Well, according to the story, they were not supporting. She supported all of them.
Well,
Everybody
yes,
who lived in her house was supported by Joy. No, look, the idea is if the story had not already been a book and a movie, I thought the movie was too much. I thought the book is fine. You want to write an autobiography and you've done something interesting, cool. Then the movie came along. I went, a movie about a lady who invented a mop. I'm not just beating this thing about being a show. I'm beating about the idea that the idea is done. It's over. It's finished for me. and I know I'm probably not supposed to say this. I'm not even sure, if there's some written thing that says I'm not allowed to say this, but I'm saying it. I just don't get it. And when you speak about it's a narcissism that I find, gigantic. It's a wonderful story. It's an uplifting story. It gives you hope that people can do things, all of that. But it's been told now over and over and over again.
But
And I don't know.
I had never heard of her. I almost never watched QVC, never saw the movie, never read the book, had no idea who she was. I kind of figured it would end the way it did, but I was still, there were times, oh, come on, come on, come on, Joy, you can do this.
Charlie, I have to say that you are probably one in 10,000 or maybe 100,000 people who did not know who she was. Honest to God. So for you, yes, I'm sure it was an innovation. For
And,
me, it
and
was
maybe
like
that's why this is a limited engagement. It's ending on August 17th.
I hope so
Apparently
with
there are
all
only
my
so
heart.
many people like me who don't know Joy's story. And
Right.
I
And
find
I
this
hope so with all my heart. Did you win a mop?
no.
Oh, you see, okay.
You have to be on an aisle seat.
Yes, and my friend had my seat because I sat in the back because I didn't. It was more comfortable for me. But I have to say that Betsy Wolfe, I think, was wonderful. Betsy Wolfe was just divine in Anne
Yeah.
Juliet, and she's on the commercial. If anybody wants to know what her face is, wonderful looking woman. Then the rest of her family is kind of like by the numbers family. So for me, the next character who comes out is the guy at QVC, the head honcho, who's taller than anybody else on the stage and a very handsome man. And his name is Charles Brown, and he gets to sing two marvelous sort of doo-wop R&B songs about working for QVC. And I think to myself, I hope QVC is a sponsor, but I don't think they are. I think QVC gets away with this and is not even a sponsor of the show. So that being
QVC is
said,
getting a lot of free publicity out of this. I
you
can't
tell
say
me.
they come off looking great on this. It's, all for us, none for you. Although they do step up to the plate in the second half when Betsy realizes that she has hired this very unscrupulous manufacturer to bring her vision to life, and the whole thing is a port in Texas, and you're thinking, come on, Betsy, come on. Oh, no, they can't. Oh, no. Oh, and wait, yes,
This
it
is a character named
prevails.
Cowboy Eddie. This is a character named Cowboy Eddie.
Yes,
He's one of the villains in the piece.
already.
He starts out as her savior. He supports he manufactures the mops, and
Right.
then she finds out that he's keeping more than half of the money,
Well,
and because she never was a
her father, who's supposed to be watching things, screws up. I don't know what the contract was, but he obviously he advertises, I can bring your vision to life, and then he tries to
right,
steal it. I would imagine she was not the first one, but he's very well
right.
connected in his area, so it does not look good. But of course, there is going to be a, wait for it, joyful ending.
Yeah, wait for it. I just quickly want to say that she invented a lot of other useful household products. I
Yes.
think she's a very fascinating woman in her own life. Does she deserve a musical? If she's paying for it, I guess she deserves it.
As one of the producers, if you
Yeah,
look at the producer, she's kind of, and so you have this,
and
you have
Joy
more
Mangano, right?
producers than
So
cast
she's
members
still
and
tooting
crew
her own
members
horn.
these days. And then they have
She's
Joy.
still tooting her own horn.
What did you think of the score?
Well, I didn't. It was like several other scores I've heard. There was nothing memorable. It went from mind you, this is what I heard. La 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 la. I didn't hear. I heard lyrics, but I didn't bother listening to them. If you can follow that,
Yeah.
so I would hear la 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 la, and I would know that that's a happy song. I would hear la 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 la, and I would know that's a sad song. And then then at the end there was this very joyful everybody singing song, and that was really and truly.
I would say serviceable at best is a good way to
I
describe
wouldn't dignify it by calling it a score. I'm sorry. I'm really down on this play. You have to forgive me.
it. Yeah, you didn't seem
It's
to
just
like it.
I didn't see what.
You didn't seem to like it. I kind of enjoyed it.
Oh, I
I
know I
agree.
didn't.
It's not a Hamilton. It's not a it's not a Fiorello, or name other biographical musicals. The biographical musicals are very
Uh-huh.
very hard to do. But when you get them right, it's pretty impressive. It's not a 1776, although it did kind of remind me on that because I was thinking, all right, I know she's going to prevail at the end, isn't she? But I was still kind of on the edge of my seat. I'm not saying this is a 1776, not even close, but I think
Charlie, for you to use the phrase edge of my seat around the play Joy is so cute. I have to just say it's just
you
absolutely cute.
know, I just have to say, I fell in love with Betsy Wolf. What can I tell you? You have to agree that she does dominate the stage. She does hold the stage. She does have a presence.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I believe that Joy does the same in a nice way, but she does it. She learned how to take charge of everything and she does everything. And that's cool. The real person, I mean. That's really cool. I don't want to have to go sit and watch a musical about her.
Okay. How many playbills, dare I ask?
Dare you ask? I will give it one for effort. That's it.
One for who?
One for effort, not for who, for
Okay.
one for effort.
I'm going to give it 3 1/4. I had a much better time than you did.
Yes, you did.
Although your points.
And you still didn't get a mop, so there you are.
No, I didn't get a mop. But I had very good seats. I was sitting in the middle, so I traded my mop for a great view
For a great seat. Was Margie with you?
No, Margie was not with me that evening.
Oh. What did your companion think of the show?
I think he agreed with you about the score. He said, it sounds like I've heard it before.
Again and again and again. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. He didn't get a mop either, I'm afraid.
Oh, poor baby.
It was an enjoyable evening. I mean, I didn't want to leave.
I did. Oh God, did I want to leave.
But again, as you point out, I'm one of those few people who had no idea who this woman
was.
If
I did not know who she was, I might have felt entirely different, but that's.
This was the first time the first time I heard her. We're going to leave you with Betsy Wolf singing one of the numbers from the score. You can decide if you like it or not. And that is our show for today. When you go to the theater, look for Leslie and me, us too.
On the aisle for better shows, I hope.
My hands and eyes can't imagine shapes yet to be. I could make the sky, but why can't I make something to fix this family, to keep us together, 'cause we're falling apart. What's the shape of together? If I could see it, I could start to cut us out of cardboard and glue us down and sand up all the